Hello and welcome, everyone. We're going to continue the Patanjali Yoga Sutras. I'm going to continue the discourse. These are very profound discourses. And you want to really concentrate, contemplate, and meditate on these sutras. As you do your yoga, once you do your yoga, your body feels the medicinal, the healing aspect of the yoga. You can feel it, and then you do the contemplative aspect as well. So there's the physical, and there's the mental, and there's the spiritual, the contemplative aspect as well. I'm going to read on part 2. The discipline of Kriya Yoga has 3 main constituents: modification, self-training or self-discipline, study, research, or learning, particularly of divine literature, and divine devotion or the dedication of all life's activities to God. In other words, offering all actions and events in life to God, the creator and master of all existence. In a nutshell, we fix our attention on God alone, exalting Him always, magnifying Him always, glorifying Him always, as life's activities and events gradually disappear and fade away into the infinite and boundless. So, God concentration, I want you to highlight the word God concentration. God concentration is practiced and recommended here, for ultimately heaven and earth pass away and nothing matters. Nothing matters but God Himself, the Lord and Creator of all. 2.2. The main goal of Kriya Yoga is meditation and enlightenment, leading to absolute freedom from all pain and suffering. In a nutshell, divine concentration or God concentration is life's noble goal. I want to highlight this. Divine concentration or God concentration is life's noble goal. For our attention on God alone, fixing our attention on God alone, this is the highest discipline. Fixing our attention on God alone, this is the highest discipline. While training ourselves and practicing God concentration, we automatically gain liberation and freedom from all anxieties and negatives. Pain and suffering also automatically fade away. Pain and suffering also automatically fade away. 3. There are 5 great pains and sufferings, 5 great troubles which constitute a nuisance and a huge distraction from divine enlightenment. These 5 troubles are ignorance or want of knowledge, I amness or egoism, attachment, aversion, and lust for life. Lust for life. 4. Ignorance or want of knowledge is the dwelling place of all these things. Troubles. All these troubles, be they inactive or inoperative, attenuated or reduced, diffused or inflamed. I take it again so that it will just be a little bit clearer. Ignorance or want of knowledge is the dwelling place of all these troubles, be they inactive or inoperative, attenuated or reduced, diffused or inflamed. 5. Ignorance is simply wrong assumptions, assuming the finite to be infinite, the unclean to be clean, the unsafe to be safe, wrong to be right, bad to be good, unreal self to be real self, unreality to be reality, etc. 6. I amness or egoism is the identification of a person who sees or a person who knows with the powers of seeing or knowing. 7. Attachment is pleasure dwelling and attraction of a person towards pleasurable experience. Attachment is pleasure dwelling and attraction of a person towards pleasurable experience. Aversion is pain dwelling and repulsion of a person from painful experience. Aversion is pain dwelling and repulsion of a person from painful experience. Lust, again and again, for life, proceeding and flourishing by its own powers, is established in the wisest as well as in the most stupid. Lost again and again for life, proceeding and flourishing by its own powers is established in the wisest as well as in the most stupid. 10. These subtle manifestations can be overcome by cultivating their opposites. These subtle manifestations can be overcome by cultivating their opposites. 11. All consequent pains and sufferings are overwhelmed and extirpated by God concentration and meditation. All consequent pains and sufferings are overwhelmed and extirpated by God concentration and meditation. 12. The appearance of karma, the appearance of karma or works has its origins or roots in pains and sufferings. It develops and unfolds as experience in the present visible existence and in the future invisible existence. 13. The origin or root already in existence, fruition arises as categories and classifications, life and feelings, and expressions of comfort and discomfort, satisfaction and dissatisfaction, etc. 14. Satisfaction and dissatisfaction, happiness and unhappiness are the consequences or fruits of praiseworthy actions and blameworthy actions, respectively. 15. All is pain and suffering to the learned due to the discomforts involved in change, worry, and the rites and rituals of cleaning and purification. 16. The misfortune which has not yet happened may be avoided. I want you to highlight that whole 16. The misfortune which has not yet happened may be avoided. Very profound. 17. The origin of that which may be avoided is the junction of the observer and the observed. 18. Our world of experiences has elements and senses constantly interacting. Its basic essence is perception, action, and inaction or rest, the main objective being experience and ultimate freedom or liberation. 19. The qualities are specially classified as defined and undefined, differentiated and undifferentiated. 20. The observer is precisely pure consciousness. Being pure, he perceives and penetrates the entire content of the mind. 21. The very presence, the very being of the observed is on behalf of the observer. The very presence, the very being of the observed is on behalf of the observer. 22. Though all created things are perceived as unreal, for the accomplished who have achieved the objective, they remain real in the sense that they, all things created, continue to produce the same experience for all. 23. Connecting the observer with all created things is for the crystal clear acknowledgement of the world as is, as well as for the acknowledgement of the clear character and characteristics of the observer. 24. Ignorance is the origin of this connection or attachment. Ignorance, I take again, is the origin of this connection or attachment. 25. With the disappearance of ignorance comes liberation. With the disappearance of ignorance comes liberation. This ultimate freedom of the observer is the outcome of disconnecting, that is, detaching the observer from the observed. 26. The persistent practice of mindfulness and good judgment is the means of achieving freedom. In other words, liberation from ignorance. 27. Sublime intuition appears in 7 phrases. Sublime intuition appears in seven phases. Highlight that 27. 28. By the persistent practice of the various aspects of yoga, impurities are subdued and extirpated. Divine wisdom appears, glistening like the sun, and unveiling mystical faculties of enlightenment and discernment. 29. The eight limbs of yoga, Ashtanga yoga, are A. Abstinence or external disciplines, self control, yama. B. Observances or internal disciplines, niyama. C. Postures, asana. D. Breath control or deep breathing, pranayama. E. Withdrawal of senses or sense detachment, pratyahara. F. Concentration, dharana. 9. Meditation, dhyana. That's G. And H. Blissful superconsciousness or samadhi. Blissful superconsciousness is samadhi. We proceed to 30. External disciplines of external, which is yoga, external disciplines or self-control in conduct, that is yama, includes refraining from killing and violence in general, refraining from untruthfulness, refraining from stealing, refraining from sensual misconduct, and refraining from covetousness. I take it again for clarity. 30. External disciplines or self-control in conduct, yama, includes refraining from killing and violence in general, refraining from untruthfulness, refraining from stealing, refraining from sexual misconduct, and refraining from covetousness. 31. These 5 self-disciplines, unlimited by time, place, objectives, and situations, as well as class or rank, comprises the great vows. I take it again. These 5 self-disciplines, unlimited by time, place, objectives, and situations, as well as class or rank, comprises the great vows. 32. Internal and external cleanliness, fulfillment, self-denial or abstinence, erudition and research, and untiring devotion to divinity are the observances or internal disciplines, the niyamas. 33. When negative thoughts, contrary to the brilliance of yoga, perturb the mind, one should cultivate opposite thoughts contrary to the negative. I take it again. It's golden. When negative thoughts, contrary to the brilliance of yoga, perturb the mind, one should cultivate opposite thoughts. Highlight that. Contrary to the negative. 34. Negative thoughts and the feelings contrary to the radiance of yoga, ill feelings, and all evil emotions, such as wrathful feelings leading to killing, and all violence, all harmful acts, whether done or assisted, influenced or otherwise commended, supported or enjoyed, whether springing from greed, anger, fancy, or foolishness, whether elementary in degree, intermediate, or advanced. The consequences are infinite ignorance, pain, and boundless suffering. Infinite ignorance, pain, and boundless suffering. Thus, one must develop and beat such distractions and obstacles by contemplating and concentrating on their opposites. Contemplating and concentrating on their opposites. The use of counter ideas, reverse ideas, etc. 35. When a yogi is confirmed in non-killing, Established in nonviolence, all ill feelings and hatred are abandoned in his presence. 36. When a yogi is well grounded in truthfulness, solidly established in truthful utterance, she or he guarantees the fruition of all work, all acts, and all deeds. 37. When a yogi is well grounded in honesty, integrity, and rectitude, all wealth, all treasures come to him or her. 38. When a yogi is well grounded in self control and meritorious virtue, spiritual vitality is achieved. Spiritual vitality is achieved. 39. When a yogi is well grounded in non grasping or non craving, knowledge is gained of the why and the how of his being and all being. I take it again. When a yogi is well grounded in non grasping and non craving, knowledge is gained of the why and how of his being and all being. 40. From purity, one cultivates desirelessness for one's material body and for the material bodies of others. 41. With contentment comes purity of the buddhi, a pure mind, one-pointed concentration, sense mastery and control, the fitness for self-realization. I take it again for clarity. With contentment comes purity of the buddhi, meaning a pure mind, one-pointed concentration, self-mastery and control, and fitness for self-realization. 42. Contentment brings plenty of happiness. Contentment brings plenty of happiness. Infinite happiness. That's 42. Highlight it. Okay, so you know the secret. Contentment brings plenty of happiness. Infinite happiness. 43. Through mortification and the extirpation of blemishes, perfection of the body and the senses is attained. I take it again. Through mortification and the extirpation of blemishes, perfection of the body and the senses is attained. 44. Through persistent study, a divine connection is made with God in the appearance you love most. 45. Unrelenting devotion to God ultimately brings the devotee to samadhi, heavenly concentration and experience. 46. The posture or asana should be poised and quite relaxed. The posture or asana should be poised and quite relaxed. Of course, you know what asanas are. Yogasana. That's the regular yoga that everybody in the world knows about. That's what is called asana. Those are just postures. Yoga is like, many of it is like 90% more than that one. So what you normally see people doing, what people understand to be yoga, is just yogasana. Those are postures that you take where you are able to make your body more comfortable. Self-management. You take certain postures, you breathe in deeply, you breathe out, you breathe in, you breathe out, take a posture again. These are postures. So that's what we call yogasana. Yogasana helps you to manage yourself, and helps you to manage your life, carry your body and live comfortably, physically comfortably. Okay. 47. Such position or stance can be gained by absolute serenity, tranquility, and mental focus on the eternal with total concentration. 48. Thence comes neither agitation nor any form of perturbation from the opposite pairs. 49. And now arises pranayama, the control of vital energy, inhalation and exhalation. 50. In pranayama, the flow of vital energy is exterior or outside, interior or inside, or in between, controlled by place, time, number, and is either long or short in extent. 51. Breath control, in other words, the regulation of vital energy which transcends both the exterior and the interior sphere is the fourth. 52. Thus, the obstacle obscuring the light vanishes. 53. And now the mind becomes able to practice concentration. 54. Self-realization flourishes. Self-realization flourishes when the mind preserves clear understanding without meshing with the senses, and without the senses and sense impressions getting enmeshed or entangled. Finally, 55. Thus, conquest over the senses. In other words, perfect self-control is achieved. Take it again, the last one. Thus, conquest over the senses. In other words, perfect self-control is achieved or accomplished. Okay? And that concludes part 2 of the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. Enjoy meditating. Cheers.